David Robinson and Shaquille O'Neal, Tim Duncan and Robert Horry. The backcourts look like this. Tony Parker, who played so well in Game 5. Derek Fisher, who suffered the finger injury. Jackson and Kobe Bryant, the other two in the backcourt. Joe Crawford's got the ball in hand. Shaquille O'Neal says, throw it about that high, Joe, and I'll go swipe it. Staples Center, tough place, as Michelle said, for any team to come in here and try to take a playoff game, especially one of this magnitude. Can they do it? We'll find out. And we're underway.
Talking to Phil Jackson, he said he gave the team the day off yesterday, felt that rest and reaction was much more important than knowledge.
David Robinson, and immediately fouled in the opening 15 seconds by Shaquille O'Neal.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how the free throws go at home for the Lakers. On the road, the Lakers averaged 18 free throw attempts per game. At home, 42.5 free throw attempts.
On the series, each team has taken exactly the same number of attempts.
The team that gets the more attempts per game is the team that's won every one of the first 5. As Robinson misses, here's what we're talking about. There's the free throw story. The Spurs on the plus side 3 times, won them all. The Lakers, the previous 2 here, won them both.
Coincidence?
Who's going to the hoop?
Coincidence? I don't know.
Pressure in the backcourt by San Antonio. Take time off the clock. Make Shaq come away from the hoop to receive.
Robert Horry, who missed what would have been a game-winning 3-pointer in Game 5.
When was the last time he missed one of those shots?
He got Tim Duncan in the air here and feeds low to Shaq.
And he wasn't doing that 2 and 3 games ago. He would have caught that ball and passed it off as quickly as possible. That time, making an aggressive offensive move, sucking in Shaq's defender, and then a great bounce pass to Shaq.
Shaq's just backing off David Robinson. Robinson's got to pull the trigger out there.
He had an open one from 15 feet. Instead, gets it to Tim Duncan. Duncan missed it, and Shaquille O'Neal with a rebound.
Well, they're not going to send guys right away at Tim Duncan because he's such a great passer. But once he puts it on the ground, look for guys to converge to try to make him give it up or force a tough shot.
Kobe Bryant touches it for the first time and kicks it out to Fisher. Off the front of the iron for Derek Fisher's first attempt.
Lakers need more of Robert Horry handling the ball at the high post. Shaq and Kobe working 2-man game underneath the basket.
Horry working hard against Duncan defensively.
Well, that's a good job by him, forcing him to catch it at 17 feet instead of about 10.
And 5 on the shot clock. Bowen's been great from 3-point land in the playoffs.
You know, that guy's pretty good from 3-point land.
He really is.
I think I would rotate, honestly, past Steven Jackson to try to get Bowen and let Jackson try to hit the 3-pointer rather than Bruce Bowen, who led the league this year in 3-point field goal percentage.
O'Neal, the one-hander over Robinson, a little too hard. Jackson will pull down the rebound.
If you're San Antonio, you're younger, you're healthier, you're fresher, you're deeper. Run them out of here. Run until the Lakers quit.
Backdoor cut by Parker. Beautiful pass by Robinson.
He couldn't even see Tony Parker when he let that pass go. He just put it in the spot where he knew Tony Parker would eventually be.
That one had eyes, didn't it?
Absolutely.
The way Shaq is playing so far off David Robinson, Robinson shouldn't come that far away from the hoop.
Kobe Bryant in traffic, and Horry will take it over Duncan and got it.
You know, you look at his stats, and we've all said he has struggled shooting. He's struggled from beyond the arc, but you look at the playoffs, 2-point field goal attempts, he's right at 50%.
Look at the work between Duncan and Horry. Spinning is Jackson around everybody.
Attack Shaq. Whoever Shaq is guarding, that's where the ball is coming. The Spurs have made some brilliant adjustments.
I would have given him 2 1/3 points for that one.
Degree of difficulty.
George has struggled mightily since Game 3 when he had the major contribution to start the game.
Kobe just flies in on the baseline over everybody.
The Spurs' defensive strategy is to force Kobe baseline. If they're going to do that, you've got to have big men coming over and to try to cut him off if you already know which way he's going to go.
Parker will take the outside jumper. Whoa.
Ouch.
That missed somewhere between San Antonio and Dallas.
I need an aspirin after hearing that one.
And whistle and a foul is going to be on Bruce Bowen. Bowen's had the assignment for most of this series of matching up with a guy right there to his left, Kobe Bryant. That's not easy work.
I asked him before the game, how do you guard him? And he said, you really just go out there and try to make sure you keep a hand up every time he makes a shot. Don't let him get any easy looks. But when he gets 25, 26 shots a game, he understands he's going to score on it.
And on that reverse layup, there's nothing you can do.
The look-off pass is what frees that up. What Bowen has to do is duplicate the effort that he had in game 2 when he was magnificent on the offensive end.
Horry, nice job of fronting Duncan with a steal. Coast to coast for Horry. Robinson clears off the miss.
Did anybody get a Dr. J flashback when Kobe just did that? I thought I was seeing Dr. J and Mark Landsberger all over again.
It had that feel. Duncan goes over Robert Horry that time.
Duncan has such a size and strength advantage over Horry. As good as Horry is, every time Duncan has to go to the hoop. And then when they bring Shaq over, that's when Duncan becomes the passer. Looking inside, just taking what he wants and overpowering a diminutive Robert Horry. Tim Duncan can set the tone, the tempo, and inspire his teammates to get to a level that they've never come close to before.
And Tim's three-point play puts San Antonio back in front by 3.
Well, that's why it's important for Horry to be able to force him to catch it at 15 feet. If he catches it at 7 feet, he has no chance.
Kobe Bryant falling down, and turnover Lakers.
Got to go. Push it and see what you can get. Good job of transition defense, though, by the Lakers.
All the Spurs starters have scored so far. Here's Duncan again against Horry. And the dish underneath to Robinson. Nifty.
Shaq tried to sneak over there. He left Robinson all alone.
But the movement of Duncan, he is tooling Robert Horry right now.
O'Neal. Whoa. Threw everybody and fouled.
Well, the determination of Shaquille O'Neal. With Tim Duncan working Horry up the lane, then the step underneath. Shaq is anticipating that's going to happen. David Robinson continues his move to the hoop, and an outstanding layoff by Duncan.
And Shaquille O'Neal, who's shot free throws pretty well throughout the playoffs.
We've seen this so many times when Shaq gets challenged, when he's called out by his coach, by the media, and they were all over him today here in Los Angeles today. What's it going to be? Obviously, Shaq determined to make his statement right now.
4 assists on the 5 field goals so far for San Antonio as they continue to move the ball well. Robinson will take it from the elbow this time over O'Neal, but way off the mark, and Kobe Bryant all alone for the rebound.
Well, that was his game. It's no longer his game.
Horry, the 3 rims out. Shaq keeps it alive.
On the offensive glass.
Fisher, and he's been brilliant from three-point land. That's just inside the line.
Shaq, who wears the sleeve on his knee intermittently, wearing it again tonight. Obviously, the physical therapy with Gary Vitti the last 48 hours, instrumental in Shaq's mobility tonight.
Duncan finds the handle and scores. Almost had it stripped by Devin George, and Tim Duncan's got 5.
Well, keep an eye on where Tim Duncan is able to receive the ball on the post. When he receives it with 1 foot in the paint, you can almost count it. And watch when he receives it outside the paint.
Horry laid up the pass for O'Neal. Wave it off.
3-second violation. 3-second violation. Dick Bavetta says no way. Phil Jackson cannot believe the call.
Good start for the Spurs on the road. Tim Duncan, 2-time MVP, has 5 points early. 5:57 to go in the quarter. Spurs by 3.
Well, what do you do with the guy with the ultimate skills and the patience of Job? Just waiting. What are you going to do? Jump? All right. I'll find my partner underneath the basket. Wait. Oh, you're not coming? Okay. How about that in your mouth? Take that one as well. You cannot, when a guy like this gets it going and is so patient and waits for you to react to him, you can't stop him. He'll find open teammates. If you don't want to come down and double, he'll score on you.
Tim Duncan has increased his scoring average from the Phoenix series by 8 points a game while maintaining his assist average at over 5 a game. The last 3 games, the Spurs have absolutely torched the Lakers in the first half. It's been the reversal of that story in the second for Los Angeles.
You know, guys, I love looking at the aerial shots from LA, because all I can think about is emphysema.
It was as beautiful a day as you could possibly imagine here in the Southland today. And a Laker playoff game in the afternoon. What could be better?
Nothing.
5 on the shot clock for Duncan on the baseline. He does it in a lot of different ways.
Virtually unstoppable with the variety of his moves. The way he's playing right now, he is going to force Phil Jackson to put Shaquille O'Neal on him.
Here's Shaq on the offensive end, goes right past Robinson. O'Neal was 6.
David Robinson just not moving well enough at this point of his career. The end, literally, for him. Kind of sad to see him have to go up against Shaq right now.
Now it's Duncan outside.
He may want. It's like he's playing around the world right now, just picking spots. Step out, hit a 3. One of your heat checks there. See where else you can hit it from. But I mean, you look at David Robinson. He's just a big, small forward, is what he is. A tall, small forward. He's giving up 120 pounds to Shaq. Look out.
Shaq inside off the pick and roll over everybody. 8 for O'Neal.
Not quite sure of the wisdom of double teaming Kobe coming off that high screen like that and leaving Shaq wide open at 10 feet.
Jackson on a baseline jumper, and he got it.
If I'm San Antonio, I attack Devin George right now. This guy's playing on a very bad ankle every single game. It's been getting worse and worse for him. His productivity is nearly non-existent.
Spurs tearing it up 9 out of 13 from the floor.
Oh, it's who's going to blink first. Both of them are tearing it up right now.
Horry leaves it. Shaq with a one-handed jump, and Robinson will clear it off.
Tony Parker was very happy he didn't take one more dribble.
How about Tony Parker starting to push the ball here, capitalize on some of that speed.
Here he goes through traffic and was fouled. Foul on Kobe Bryant, his first. Log on to NBA.com for the exclusive 2003 playoff section featuring live post-game press conferences, photo galleries, video highlights, and more. Love it live on NBA.com.
And while the Lakers feature 2 of the most dominant players in the game, the one thing they can't feature is the bench that Spurs can bring in. Keep guys fresh, keep the legs going, keep them running. But I'll tell you what, if Slava Medvedenko can play like he did last game, that'll be a big boost for the Lakers.
Stripped by Devin George as Duncan was headed to the hoop. Out of bounds to Los Angeles. There's Medvedenko, who had 13 points in 17 minutes of work.
Lakers are stripping down low, capitalizing on the fact that Shaq could make amends for any mistakes in defensive coverage on the perimeter. If you're getting stripped down low, that just means your elbows aren't high and broad enough.
There's what Tom was talking about. The bench points of the Spurs more than double the Lakers. Devin George misses, and Ginobili off the Spurs bench with a rebound.
Isn't that a traveling violation when you drag your pivot foot as you come to a stop? Spurs have hit their last 4 shots here. I'd come right back to Duncan.
There it is. He'll go up and over Horry.
The runner. Is there? I don't think he's duplicated a shot yet. They've all been different.
Malik Rose now with the challenge of slowing down Shaq. Has not been effective, Malik, in this series.
Kobe up and over. Kobe Bryant was 6.
Great job of pushing. You want to put. You don't have to take a shot, but you want to push and explore and see what you can get.
And Shaquille O'Neal with a block. And now running the floor with Devin George. And George in a lot of pain. Fisher got hammered, and he hit the 3. Chance for a 4-point play as Parker fouls Fisher. But a lot of eyes will be on Devin George right now as well. Grimacing in pain. Got the pass to Fisher.
Greg Popovich is absolutely irate with Tony Parker. In this situation, throw it off the backboard. You're not going to make that shot. Give your big man a chance on the weak side.
Shaq's block led to the other end. Fisher pulls up, knocks down the 3. You're watching the NBA on ABC Sports Championship Television.
Who's not getting into the open spaces on the floor, not creating for his teammates, and Greg Popovich is looking around saying, what can I do other than put Tony Parker on the bench and come with Speedy Claxton?
You know, that's just not going to help our relationship with France. That can't help.
Tony Parker, the youngest point guard in the NBA. youthful mistake of fouling Fisher in the act of shooting, especially as Tom said, the way Fisher's been shooting threes in the playoffs. And it's a 4-point play for Derek Fisher, and it's a 1-point game.
Lakers come with the press of their own as Shaq sits out for a minute. Spurs having trouble. Got to attack.
Yep, got to attack the press. Once you beat it, go.
Claxton in trouble. Got it to Malik Rose. Ginobili to Duncan. Wow. And Tim Duncan has scored Tony Parker. 2 threes in this quarter. 11 points for the first half for Tony Parker.
Well, he's their guy. When they don't have Duncan going, try to get the ball to Parker. Let him create that time. Just spacing out. If your guy goes down and helps, find yourself an open spot for a kick-out 3.
Shaw zips a pass over to Kobe. Kobe's hit his last 2. A 13-point first half for Kobe Bryant.
And those are the kind of easy looks you do not want to give Kobe Bryant to get him going.
Kobe's starting to warm up. So are the Laker fans. 3:31 remaining in the half. Lakers trail by as many as 9. But Kobe with back-to-back buckets. And the Spurs lead is 46-41. Can Kobe, Bill, doing what they do very well, but we wondered where their help would come from. Would it be Robert Horry? Would it be Derek Fisher? It's come from an unexpected source again tonight.
Slava Medvedenko, seldom used so many times during the season. In game 5 was absolutely magnificent, pulling the trigger on perimeter jumpers time and time again. The Spurs could not capitalize on his limitations inside. Tonight he's come through with the same type of contributions, moving beautifully in the triple post offense and capitalizing on one of Phil Jackson's real strengths, being ready when Phil Jackson calls the role players' numbers from deep on the bench.
We're going to call on Michelle Tafoya right now. Michelle?
Greg Popovich telling his team in that last time out, guys, we've got to respect Medvedenko more. Shaq's looking for him, and he's a great shooter. Let's respect him. Back to you. He
had 13 in that game Bill talked about in 17 minutes the other night. Tim Duncan finally shoots, and he misses. He didn't miss much in the first quarter. Hasn't shot in this quarter until right there.
In the last 25 minutes of action for Slava Medvedenko, he's got 19 points on 8 for 10 shooting.
That's not bad, is
over
it?
the 2 games.
O'Neal backing in on Rose. The hook for Shaq. Shaq's got 16.
If you could try to do this, to turn him back to the baseline every single time.
I just feel like you want to go out there and, I don't know, give Rose some help. Give an extra 50 pounds.
Oh, Tony Parker, what a quarter he's had.
I mean, when Shaq's rolling, it's just, you know, you look at Rose and he's, 4, 5, 6 inches, 80, 90 pounds, and easy shots for Shaq.
How do you turn him back to the baseline? Take a herd of buffalo, doesn't it? Something.
You have to make the commitment on the team playing that that's the way you're going to turn him. That as he starts in that direction, it doesn't matter if he gets a dunk. It doesn't matter if he drops steps. It doesn't matter if he gets 50 points. But that jump hook shot right there gets everything going. It's like a throwdown for him. It's like a lob. It's like an offensive rebound. It's like a sky hook for Jabbar.
Here he goes with the right hand in the paint.
He's going to make some of those. And you might have to give up 40 or 50 points.
You'd probably rather not, though.
You'd rather win the game.
Yeah, there you go.
Lakers have hit their last 7 shots now. Tim Duncan with the offensive rebound and puts it back in. His first points of the quarter.
Again, when Shaq comes to the ball on the block, throw it up over the top. So simple. Medvedenko has no chance to keep Duncan off the offensive glass.
Tim Duncan's 8 out of 10 from the floor.
Well, they're not going to double team Shaq. That's not their game plan.
There's the baseline. A chance for a 3-point play.
Well, he's just doing it all right now. And as Bill said, when you're one of the greatest players in the game, you're going to get yours. You are going to get yours. You just have to make it as tough as possible. Malik stepped towards the middle to keep him from going to the middle. Spin move, bucket, and the free throw. But Greg Popovich said they're going to make him get it in single coverage.
I like the Spurs strategy. Make Shaq beat you with his offense. Don't let the other guys get involved. Think about the fact that Shaq's got the bad knee. Shaq's got the bad toe. Over time, they've played so many games. They're not even at the Western Conference Finals yet, the Lakers.
Shaq's got all those things, and he's got 21 points to boot.
In one of their recent championship runs. The Lakers won the whole thing in 16 games. If this series goes 7 games, that will be 13 games the Lakers will have played just to get to the Western Conference Finals.
Tom said a long time ago if they were going to get there, to be their toughest test. And Tim Duncan starting to pick back up where he left off in the first quarter.
But that's what you need. Somebody who can go right at Shaq. Just look at him and say, you know what? You're going to score, but I'm scoring back in your face as well.
Medvedenko over Duncan. Duncan got the rebound, and he'll lead the break.
Look at this.
Give it up.
Look out. Look out.
Got it to Rose, and Rose got the bucket.
Great pump fake. It's not terrible defense. It's just tremendous offense.
Parker had a big second quarter. That one off the mark. Ulrey with a rebound.
It's easily been the most well-played game in the entire series to date.
We had one tie in the first half. O'Neal trying to find the handle. Robinson.
He was standing
out of bounds
there. Boy, Shaq is such a phenomenal offensive rebounder. And David Robinson had perfect position. Shaq just quicker to the ball, up and over the top. And you're talking about one of the greatest players in the history of basketball, David Robinson.
Well, you almost know it's coming off when Robert Horry shoots it from the outside.
Horry shot it from the outside there and missed it.
I mean, to say he struggled from the outside,
that's an understatement.
Would be to say Pam Anderson only has minor upgrades.
Horry has missed 23 straight three-point shots in the playoffs after that one. Duncan. Horry with a rebound off the Duncan miss.
Not a good start to the third for San Antonio.
Kobe Bryant trying to get around Bowen and trying to tie the game, and does.
The ability to create your own shot, stop instantly, and rise up a foot and a half in the air and make that shot is what makes Kobe Bryant spectacular.
Duncan knew he was going to miss it, got his own rebound, and now it's tipped in by Robinson.
Popovich will accept fronting defense. You got to put more pressure on the ball, though. You can't throw that ball from your hip down there.
O'Neal's three-point play gives him 24. The lead for the Spurs is down to 2.
I think I'm going to call Duncan on the block this series. Crowd gets going. Quickest way to take him out of the game. Get it to your money guy.
There he is.
But they're not moving away from the ball.
Now someone's got to cut.
Over O'Neal, in and out. Duncan puts it back in.
Somebody may want to call the abuse hotline, because he's just abusing those guys down there in the low block, each and every one of them.
Tim Duncan has 25. O'Neal trying to battle through all the arms.
Malik Rose with the foul here.
That's third on Rose.
You see the dribble right there to the middle. Well, Shaq was heading down like somebody else was going to get the rebound. And the foul to the middle right there, Shaq just being Shaq. And you got to try to reach and grab, and picks up a foul.
66-62, Spurs by 4. O'Neal against Rose again. Deeper this time with a hook. Shaq's got 26.
Everything going his way. I'm a little surprised that Greg Popovich hasn't given Kevin Willis a chance to get out there. Willis has played well in this series.
Now the chance of defense around Staples Center. 4:25 to go, third quarter.
That's what it's all about right here. Superstar going at superstar.
A little bit short for Duncan. Ginobili flying through to get the rebound.
They can't get too stubborn here and just stand around and watch Duncan go. You got to help him out.
That is a move right there. The quick inside pivot, get Shaq stumbling. Can't find his balance. Shaq certainly has all the balance he needs with the Jabbar sky hook, something that Shaq doesn't use a lot of. And Duncan right back. That inside pivot so beautiful and effective against a much larger opponent.
25 and 10 for Tim Duncan. First free throw since the first quarter for him, and he hits it.
Well, the danger. Go ahead, Joe.
I want to see how San Antonio is going to finish this game.
Yeah, of course.
They have started so well and played really perfect basketball, championship level basketball. But can they play this in the last 8 minutes of this game?
They haven't outscored the Lakers in the fourth quarter yet in this series.
They've been outscored by a combined 26 points in the fourth quarter, the Spurs have. And Tim Duncan shooting in the fourth quarter 15 misses in 20 attempts.
Derek Fisher just attacked the rim but didn't get it to go. Back comes San Antonio.
Boy, even though you're trying to get it to Duncan, you got to be cognizant of the fact that we got to move, we got to cut. As the other players, you got to stay involved and not just be caught standing around watching Tim.
Duncan, a 26-year-old veteran, should. 30 points, 10 rebounds. Tony Parker has been pretty effective. Shaquille O'Neal has 26 points, but he has foul trouble. Kobe Bryant has only 1 field goal here in the third quarter with 2:36 remaining in the third. A 7-point San Antonio lead. But remember, the fourth quarter has been the problem for the Spurs, even though they lead this series 3-2.
For Tim Duncan to have 10 rebounds in a game that has been played at such a highly efficient offensive level, the shooting percentages skyrocketing here. Remember though, Shaq, before Phil Jackson got here, every playoff ouster for Shaquille O'Neal had been a sweep. Goodbye. Not one victory in any of the elimination rounds for Shaquille O'Neal in his playoff career.
That's when the Lakers started doing some sweeping of their own. Ferry and Duncan playing catch, and now it's Duncan baseline. What a shot.
We're seeing a performance tonight. This is what MVPs do. They come in a highly improbable situation and put this crowd back on their feet. It might be Jack Nicholson time. Offensive foul. Kobe Bryant.
Third on Kobe. You can only smile about it. The lead is as big as it's been the entire game. San Antonio by 9.
A great job by Manu Ginobili, keeping him away from the middle, forcing towards the sidelines. They don't want him to get to the middle, don't want him to pick guys out, don't want him to let uncontested three-pointers go up. And why not? Just throw it to Duncan again and say, amaze us.
Under 2 minutes in the third quarter. San Antonio trying to take command.
On their feet. It might be Jack Nicholson time. Offensive foul. Kobe Bryant.
Third on Kobe. You can only smile about it. The lead is as big as it's been the entire game. San Antonio by 9.
A great job by Manu Ginobili, keeping him away from the middle, forcing towards the sidelines. They don't want him to get to the middle, don't want him to pick guys out, don't want him to let uncontested three-pointers go up. And why not? Just throw it to Duncan again and say, amaze us.
Under 2 minutes in the third quarter. San Antonio trying to take command.
So little movement. Move without the ball. Set a screen for somebody.
Parker has to go long range with a shot clock winding down, and he nails it.
What were you saying, Bill?
Great set offense.
It's an 11-point lead, fellas.
Biggest of the night.
Lakers need some offense here in the final minute and a half of the third. Medvedenko trying to give them some. Danny Ferry the rebound. 9 straight San Antonio points.
It's as if the Lakers try to make an impossible situation for themselves and see how far they can fall behind before they come back.
Well, in a city known for its drama in movies and TV, they're going to put all the drama they can pack into this thing, I guess, because they've certainly put themselves in a hole that they may not be able to dig out of. Guys that know about drama in this city, and they're watching it build against their Lakers.
Well, it's just been no defense for Tim Duncan.
Nope.
It's guarding him straight up, and Tim Duncan is abusing Ori. At some point, you got to bring somebody else and make another player beat you.
Jack's got 4 fouls.
Well, you got to double. I'm saying you got to double team Tim at some point.
With a bad knee.
I mean, I don't know if I'm Coach Jackson. I'm getting sick and tired of watching this guy in the left block just kill me repeatedly.
He missed the second free throw.
If you're going to have a chance to beat the Lakers, you got to have great low post play, great rebounding, and terrific point guard play. And Greg Popovich is getting that tonight.
Nice job by Ginobili.
Medvedenko outside.
You've got to make him put it on the ground. If he just spots up and shoots it, he's going to make it. And last time they made him put it on the ground, and he missed it. That time, spot up, boom.
Until that shot by Medvedenko, Duncan had scored as many points by himself as the Lakers that quarter. A quarter that has less than 40 seconds remaining.
They missed the 2-for-1 opportunity, the Spurs.
Duncan didn't get the roll. George got the rebound. 10-point game. There's the story of the quarter. The MVP against the three-time champs.
Zone defense here. No fouls to give for San Antonio.
Fisher hasn't scored since the first quarter. He kicks it out. Kobe Bryant has a look. Got it! Big three by Kobe Bryant. Parker now running it up through everybody with a teardrop. Tony Parker coast to coast. Devin George lets fly. And it's still the Spurs. They led at the end of one. They led at halftime. They have stretched their lead now out to 9. They know that this might be the end of the run unless the Lakers put together the big fourth quarter. So here we go.
Well, two things to look forward to the San Antonio Spurs. Turnovers and missed free throws. Those have been their bugaboos, giving up fourth quarter leads.
And Tim Duncan just continues to go wild.
The Lakers have not lost a championship since they started playing in this building.
Tim Duncan is 15 of 23 in every kind of shot imaginable. 35 points for the MVP.
He's also giving his teammates the life and the belief in themselves that it can happen, because when he goes right at Shaq, if you can do that, then everybody else says, hey, I can take Gennaro Pargo. I can take Brian Shaw. I can take Slava Medvedenko if Tim Duncan can take Shaq. That's what the MVP is all about. Willis. Oh, man.
And a foul on Willis.
He doesn't wear 2 oboe pads for nothing. I'll tell you that. He's going to be physical, and he's going to try to grab, and he's going to try to hold a little bit.
Wait a second. What is Kevin Willis doing wrong except standing in position?
Boy, he locked his elbow that time. But you know what they're going to do, Bill. They're going to give it to Kevin Willis.
Here's Shaquille against Willis. The big fella fouled again.
I think Kevin Willis has done an outstanding job defensively on Shaq in this series.
Well, I think he was upset that time because he said, I have him. Don't come down and slap. I had him sealed off that time.
Ginobili gets the foul for trying to take a swat at the ball.
And the more they go to Shaq, the more the rest of the guys stand around and are left out of everything.
The entry pass to O'Neal. Willis trying to body him up. Shaq goes on the baseline.
That's great defense.
Yes. Duncan another rebound.
Well, as big as Shaq is, Kevin's about as strong as they come at 6'10 and a half.
Duncan giving it off to Ginobili. Right back to Duncan. Blocked by O'Neal. No foul there. Duncan will try it again and got it.
This is a clinic. How many players have played this well ever? What Tim Duncan is doing right now.
13-point Spurs lead.
Willis can't believe he's whistled for a foul here as Tim Duncan just continues to amaze. Gets hammered, gets grabbed, gets held, gets pushed, gets shoved, and still scores on Shaq, Slava Medvedenko, and everyone in the Laker organization.
Nice spin to the baseline by Shaq, and he's fouled. 12 rebounds, 16 points in the last 8 minutes. Shaquille O'Neal 27. Kobe Bryant's been kind of quiet. It's a quiet crowd and a nervous crowd. Michelle Tavoyes was one of those nervous Laker fans.
Yeah, you got to ask Magic Johnson at a moment like this, what is going through your mind?
Well, you know, for me, I'm just going crazy over here. We have not stopped them defensively, and then offensively, we just haven't gotten it going. Every time that we had stopped them, then they would get the offensive rebound. Guys would run in from the perimeter and grab the offensive rebound. It's just, we're like 5 steps behind them. They want it right now at this point more than we want it, and they're putting out the effort both on offense and on defense.
Now, what about Shaq's knee? Jim Clemens told me at halftime he had no indication it was bothering him, but what's your assessment of his speed tonight?
Well, you know, right now, he's giving his best. I mean, of course, he's hurting a little bit, but you know what? There's no time for excuses. You just got to play basketball, and right now they're playing better. And I tell you what, that big man down low, Tim Duncan, has just been unbelievable. I've never seen a big man with such great footwork. I think Kevin McHale is probably the closest guy, but this guy is just unbelievable tonight.
Magic, thanks. I hope you keep all those fingernails. Let's send it back to you, Brad.
A very honest assessment by not only a Lakers vice president, a former Laker great, but a fellow analyst and friend of ours from TNT. And boy, said a mouthful right now. San Antonio looks like they want it more.
Well, they're getting after everything. The loose balls, the offensive rebounds, the big shows on defense. And right now, that's a tough one right there. You have him bottled up.
Shaw picks up the foul.
But this is a team, a Laker team right now, that you got to be cognizant of the three-point shot. And Parker, good job right there, penetration.
You call that a tough one? He was fouled by 3 different guys.
Oh, fourth quarter playoff game? It's got to be tougher than that.
He'll go to the free throw line. He was the guy, Bill, that kind of was carrying the huddle the last time out for San Antonio.
Well, while Greg Popovich and P.J. Carlissimo and the rest of the staff were standing out in front, Tony Parker took the coach's seat and was urging everyone on, telling how it was going to play out right now. But quickness to the ball. Kevin Willis tipping it in.
Willis with a tip in on the missed free throw, and it's a 15-point game.
And the fans here at Staples starting to boo their beloved Lakers.
Time is running out. Kobe Bryant trying to go underneath, blocked by Duncan. Parker pushing it again for San Antonio. All the way for Tony Parker.
That was the easiest shot they've had in a long time.
Oh, Gennaro Parker still lucky he has an ACL after that one. You want to talk about desire and lack of focus? You can't give up these kind of buckets on free throws. That's just wanting it more. And right there, just crosses right over.
That three-pointer to end the third quarter, and he hasn't touched it much offensively since.
Give Bowen a lot of credit. Defense without the ball.
Off the glass in the back of the iron, and it drops through for Shaq. 29 for O'Neal. 8:20 left.
Parker should just try to blast right by Gennaro Pargo here and get into the open court.
Well, he blasts by him all right, and the kick out to Ginobili. He'll take a 3, and he got it.
Penetration and dish, championship style. Take it at the big man.
The lead swells to 17.
Spurs are 4 for 5 on threes tonight. 4 for 6, excuse me.
Pargo tried a 3 of his own. Shaq the miss and throws it in for 31.
Well, it shows you how inconsistent some of the Lakers have been throughout the play. I mean, look at this lineup. There's 7 minutes left in your season, possibly. Pargo's out there. Medvedenko's out there. Shaw's out there. It's because you're not getting consistent effort from some of the guys you would expect to, and injuries.
Duncan feeds inside, and it's broken up and stolen by Kobe Bryant. Shaw gives it back to Kobe, and back to Shaw. Neither of them takes the shot. Finally, Kobe will for 3. Way off. Duncan another rebound.
And the job Kevin Willis is doing in battling Shaq and not giving anything.
Oh, the old 8 seconds almost got him that time.
Pargo with a foul.
When Pargo gets up on Tony Parker, his initial move has to just be go. Just don't even think about anything else except blasting right by him and make him wait down in the set defensive area as opposed to extending that defensive pressure.
Parker, who was scolded by his coach earlier in this ball game, has played like a veteran leader now since that first quarter. Bowen. Boy, has he been huge from three-point land in the playoffs.
All the penetration. They're the ones right now. Penetrate, drive, draw, dish, getting the open shots for the Lakers. Are getting shots with hands in their faces.
This is an 18-point rout.
Under 6.5 minutes to go in what looks like the end of the road for the Lakers championship.
Drive it out, set the play up.
Boy, get a rebound.
Wait for Tim Duncan. Power it down the Lakers' throats.
Spurs with a big advantage on the boards. Big advantage on the scoreboard. 6 minutes. As Tony Parker takes a three and Willis slams it home.
Throw it down. Phil Jackson's got to call a timeout. This is completely falling apart. But the three-time world champions, how are they ever going to dig themselves out of this hole? And Duncan and Willis bump head.
The sun and the end of a rain. Let's check in with Jim Gray.
All right, thank you very much, Brad. Jack, how disappointing is this for you?
Well, it's heartbreaking for me, but we've had a great ride with the Lakers. They're a great ball club. It's one of the great runs in the history of sport. San Antonio played great tonight. Best teams win 7-game series. Good officials tonight for a change. Always like it when Joey and Dick are here, but hats off to the Lakers. They're a great champion. They deserve everything. That's why all these people are still standing up for them. It's heartbreaking, but we're here.
What do you think the difference was in this series, Jack?
They're done.
They're playing a game, and Jack wants to watch the rest of the season as we wind down to final 220. Okay, go ahead, Jack. What do you think the difference was in this series?
Well, in this series tonight, see, they're hitting the ballpark tonight. That's really what always breaks it open. You can talk about all kinds of strategy. The 3 games we lost down there, we couldn't put the ball in the basket. That's what it boils down to in the end. But they played great. Shot goes down, Robert's shot goes down, could be different, but they beat him bad on their own floor tonight, so you can't complain about that at all.
Jack, we thank you for your time.
Well,
always a pleasure to watch you.
They're a great ball club.
There was a standing ovation at the last timeout that lasted the duration of the timeout for the Lakers, who have given the fans here so many thrills, 3 straight championships, but it's all set to come to a close here in the next 90 seconds.
This is a special Spur team. They've got all the elements and are only going to get better. They've got youth, speed, a dominating big man, depth. What more could you ask for? What's it going to take to beat them? Are the Lakers going to be able to come back? Have we seen the best of Shaquille O'Neal?
And the Spurs tonight showed a killer instinct. That's what we wondered about. Danny Ferry hits back-to-back jumpers off the Spurs benches. Everybody's getting in the act.
Be interesting to see how hard the Lakers work in the offseason.
Well, they'll finally have an offseason for the first time in 4 years.
It's true. And these guys go on to meet either Dallas or Sacramento. On the year, they were 3-1 against Sacramento. They split their series with Dallas 2-2. Medvedenko hits from the outside, and who knows, that might be the last Laker bucket to end the 3 championship run, as Shaq and Kobe can only look on.
Well, they could be getting ready for the big barbecue down in Texas if Dallas can get by Sacramento tonight.
Boy, no kidding. Texas was a tough place for everybody to go as Steve Smith knocks down a 3. And Derek Fisher and the rest of the Lakers knows that it's over. They're not very used to losing, and it's going to be tough for them to swallow. But as Jack Nicholson said, the better team wins 7-game series, and San Antonio swept the Lakers during the regular season. They were up 2-0. The Lakers battled back to 2-2, but then it was San Antonio on Tuesday, and tonight on the road, finally a road team in this series. A road team in this series wins one, and it happens to be San Antonio, and they do it in dramatic fashion over the 3-time defending champion Lakers, 110-82. And San Antonio wins it going away. So they will go home, rest, and see who they meet in the Western Conference Finals, either Dallas or Sacramento. Guys, Lakers, great team, great run, not enough for a younger club tonight.
You can never discount how hard it is to win year after year after year. Just took its toll. They didn't have enough at the end.
Jim Gray is with Kobe Bryant. Jim.
Okay, right now he's being congratulated by Tony Parker and Rose now. Kobe Bryant down here on the court. Kobe, it's a difficult moment for you. We appreciate your time. How disappointed are you?
Well, I just hate losing. It's a tough loss. You know, they played extremely well. We just have to get ready for the offseason. You know, next season for us starts right now.
Can you assess exactly what went wrong? Was it too many injuries? Was it Shaq's foot at the beginning of the year? Can you begin to assess why you lost this series?
Nah, I mean, you know, we have a million and one excuses that we could go to. Fact of the matter is, we're not going to make any. They played better than we did in this series. We had our opportunities to win it. Didn't go for us. You know, so we just have to regroup. Like I said, next season starts right now, and you know, come back next season ready to play.